Hey there creeps, creators, and everything in between. I am PinkApocalypse and welcome to my video. I am super excited for the Detective Pikachu movie and I've already watched Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald and I loved it. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. So in tribute to those two movies and by brilliant idea from one of my friends, today I will be drawing magical beasts as Pokemon. We'll start with everyone's favourite, the Niffler, of course. I had already begun drawing this before I recorded. I was a little excited about the idea. For this Pokemon, I took a lot of inspiration from Sandile and its evolutions, as it has the long snout, claws and spikes, etc. I imagine the Niffler being a ground fairy type Pokemon and using attacks such as baby doll eyes because of how cute everyone thinks it is, and of course Dig because it is a burrowing animal, as it says in the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them book by Newt Scamander. It's not by Newt Scamander, it's by J.K. Rowling. Nifflers live in layers up to 20 feet below the surface. Maybe they would also use rock polish since it likes shiny things? I did find out something very interesting about Nifflers, and that is that their design was based off Echidna Puggles, which is the adorable name for a baby echidna. So that's why I have named the first Niffler evolution a Duggle. I realise that that's very close to Dugtrio or Diglett, but it's better than Sniffle or Niffle, which was my original idea and really doesn't have much to do with a Niffler or its habits. The last evolution is called a Luster Mole, luster as in the shine that something has, how shiny a rock is. He has bigger hands and feet for more effective digging, and I thought the gold spikes were just pretty cool. He does look a little bit like Sonic with the hair though. It took me a while to draw him right. I was originally going to have him roaring or something, but the Niffler is more of a quiet and mischievous animal rather than an aggressive one, even if the latest evolution is much bigger. I gave it a big pouch for storing gold, and I know in the movies it has more of a TARDIS pouch where it just disappears, but I thought we'd have it on show because it is Pokemon and yeah, you know what I mean. I'm thinking that it'd only evolve into a Lustamole if it was holding something shiny, like some shiny rock or a coin or something, some item. Now the Okami is one of my all-time favourites. It is so beautiful, and so I really wanted to make sure that this was good. It's very hard to capture that sleek, shiny texture that it has in the movies as a 2D drawing, so I gave it that strange wiggly pattern. The wings aren't nearly big enough on this first drawing. It doesn't exactly look like it could lift its own body. I also didn't even realise until looking at pictures of an Okami, like reference pictures for drawing, that it had horns. I never noticed that in the movies. I'm pretty sure this Pokemon looks like a fairy dragon type, so I imagine it using moves like Dragon Tail and Fairy Wind. And of course growth, because one of the main characteristics of an Okami is the fact that it can grow and shrink to fit the available space. I think the part of the drawing that really sets it as a Pokemon is the eyes, so that's good, I guess. I ended up changing the first evolution of the Okami quite a bit compared to my sketch. I thought it looked too long for a baby snake bird, so I put in an egg as reference to the fact that Okamis are hunted for their solid silver eggs. The uncreative name I decided to give it was a Silverlet, which is kind of like the word for a baby snake, a snakelet, which is equally as uncreative. The evolved Okami is an Ocodactyl, another uncreative name. Bigger, silver horns, and a mane-like structure around its head. And the extra set of wings is actually inspired by the extremely interesting concept art for the Okami, which often had many wings, and sometimes even an owl face. I did notice while looking through the Fantastic Beasts book that nobody can really decide on a design for the Okami. It really differs between the book, the movie, and even the movie design concept art. In the book, an Okami is described as a plumed, two-legged wing creature with a serpentine body. In the movie, it's more like a snake with feathers and wings and a bird head. It's just like a snake bird. But in the concept art, it's even stranger, where it has like 10 sets of wings, and they seem to have use some of the concept art to make the swooping evil instead, so I thought that was quite interesting. Personally, I find the ochre part of the name quite funny because in Australia that means you have a very heavy Australian accent if you have an ochre accent or an ochre voice. But actually the Okami is found in the Far East and India. Fun fact though, a billywig is an Australian magical beast. That is the bug that you see in the movies, and you'll see it mentioned a bit more in the book if you've read that. The Bowtruckle was especially hard. I redrew 2 of the evolutions after recording the sketchbook parts because I was just so unhappy with them. The widely used Bowtruckle design is very narrow, as it is only ever Picket that is depicted, but I guess that's the one that everybody knows, so it's understandable. Bowtruckles, as seen in the Fantastic Beasts movie, actually come in varying shapes and sizes. I made it so that each evolution of the Bowtruckle gains a leaf on its head, because I thought that was a cute, like, aging up thing. And instead of having Picket's quite misshapen looking legs, I just gave him 3 legs for simplicity. I also added the tongue to the first 2 evolutions, obviously, because it's adorable when he blows a raspberry at Newt. I don't exactly know how the first evolution would fight or do anything really, because it doesn't actually have arms, but it's a cute Pokemon, so who cares? The last evolution is annoyingly reminiscent of Trevenant, I think that's how you pronounce it, so I tried to diverge more from that in the inking stage and focus more on the old man angle. Even his name is Alderly, which is a tree pun. Alder is a tree that wizards make into wand in Harry Potter. I also gave the last Pokemon a keyhole in its chest because I thought it would look cool, and it's mentioned multiple times in the movies that they can pick locks. The Bowtruckle is obviously a grass bug type Pokemon, and in the Harry Potter universe it is said that they will gouge out the eyes of humans attempting to harm its tree, but I think that's a little too violent for a Pokemon, so I'm thinking just moves like Razor Leaf, Stun Spore, and Buck Bite. And that's it. That's Fantastic Beasts as Pokemon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment whichever one was your favourite. I want to see what you all thought of it. Would you rather collect these creatures in Pokeballs or in a magical suitcase? Don't forget to tell me in the iCards, are you a creep, a creator, or something in between? If you liked the video, then like it if you want. If you didn't like it, I don't know why you've gotten to the end, but thanks anyway. All my social media is in the description. That's all for now, and as always, have a lovely day. Bye! I'm pretty sure this Pokemon